Alright guys, in today's video we have some exciting news and information to go over, starting with the newly announced State of Play. This is going to be the last State of Play that Sony does for this year, and I think they're going to end it with a bang. It's going to be pretty exciting, so we're going to discuss that. But I also want to take a few moments here to talk a little bit about Bluepoint Games and their upcoming PlayStation 5 exclusive remake, because they did have a few things to say about it, and I know a lot of you are pretty interested in this game as well, so we will discuss that later in this video too. But we're going to start here with the news about the State of Play. It says the year is almost over, but we've got one more State of Play to share with you. It airs Tuesday, December 10th at 6 a.m. Pacific Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, and you can watch live on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We've got around 20 minutes of new game reveals, release date announcements, new gameplay footage, PlayStation Worldwide Studios updates, and more, and it probably bears repeating, don't expect any updates related to our next-gen plans in this episode, which is totally fine that they're saying that, because you know what, I think this is going to be a really good State of Play, and I want to go over why. First of all, something I can say for certainty is that we will be getting the announcement of Resident Evil 3 Remake. We know this game exists. The box art for this game recently leaked out through the PlayStation Store, and we also know that it's not going to be announced at the Video Game Awards. This was something that a lot of people were thinking that, okay, since the box art's leaking out here, there's been a lot of rumors, a lot of talk about it. We pretty much know the game is a real thing, and an announcement is pretty much imminent. It's going to happen at the Game Awards on December 12th. Jeff Keighley yesterday revealed two things. He revealed, one, that there will be 10 new game announcements at the Game Awards, which is awesome, but he also revealed that Resident Evil 3 Remake is not going to be one of those 10 games. So that got people speculating that there was potentially going to be a new State of Play, and here we are now knowing that there is in fact going to be a new State of Play. So we're going to get the Resident Evil 3 Remake announcement, and I don't think we're going to get gameplay. I think it will just be a trailer, and I think it will be a release window, and I think it will be sometime in 2020. That's what the rumor's saying anyway, so expect that. But something else you should be very excited for is finally an update on Ghost of Tsushima. Now, Sony doesn't explicitly say anything here about Ghost of Tsushima, nor am I aware of anything online saying that we are going to get an update from Ghost of Tsushima, but something that is worth noting that happened very recently is that the Ghost of Tsushima playlist on PlayStation's official YouTube channel was recently updated. So that is a telltale sign. Not only that, but it just makes perfect sense. We have not heard anything recently about Ghost of Tsushima. It's been way too long, honestly, since Sony and Sucker Punch have revealed anything, a new trailer, any info whatsoever. It is a highly anticipated game. It looks very good, and people are very excited for it, and people are also getting very antsy because we haven't heard anything. So I think now is the perfect time to release a new trailer, potentially some new gameplay. They do say here that there will be new gameplay footage. They just don't say which game that will be for. I mean, it would make the most sense for it to be Ghost of Tsushima gameplay, right? And they also say that we will be getting updates on PlayStation Worldwide Studios. So I think it's safe to say we are going to be getting some Ghost of Tsushima news. I'm expecting a new trailer, maybe a gameplay trailer of some sort, and I think we are going to get a release date. They do say here that we can expect that as well, release date announcements. And if I had to predict, I'm going to make my prediction right now on when I think Ghost of Tsushima is going to release. I could be completely off the mark, but this is just my best guess. I think it's going to release September 18th, 2020. I say that because it's just separated enough, just far enough out from the launch of the PlayStation 5 that I think it can hold its own. We also know that Sony has a history of actually releasing high-profile games like this during a time when they're also releasing, or very close to when they're releasing, a next-gen console as well. And I don't think it will be that big of a deal because it's going to be backwards compatible. So if you do plan to buy the PS5, like, for example, what I'm trying to say is if it does release in September of 2020, nobody has to worry thinking, oh, if I buy it for my PS4 and I also want to get a PS5, I'm not going to be able to play it on my PS5. That won't be a problem. You will be able to play it on your PS5. In fact, it will probably have a bunch of enhancements that you're going to be able to enjoy on the PS5 version. So that's my prediction, September 18th, 2020, but this is incredibly exciting because Ghost of Tsushima, man, I'm just as excited for that game as pretty much any other game that we currently know about. And we know that The Last of Us Part 2 is coming out towards the end of May of 2020. So I think that Sony wants to ensure there's enough breathing room with these games. If it's not September, I'm not predicting this, but I could see maybe a July or August release as well. What would be absolutely insane, in my opinion, is if Sony really kind of pulled one on us here and actually announced that Ghost of Tsushima was going to be coming out in February. Now, we heard from Jason Schreier that Ghost of Tsushima got pushed back a little bit because The Last of Us Part 2 got pushed back. But who knows? Things do change, but that's my date, September 18th. Pay attention to the state of play. I think it's going to be a big one. Again, I think Sony's going to end the year with a bang, and it's actually very exciting stuff here. I really can't wait to see what they're going to show. So be sure to let me know down in the comments below what you think we're going to be getting with the state of play and what you expect or hope to see with the state of play. While you're at it, give me your Ghost of Tsushima release date. Be specific about it. Again, mine is September 18th, 2020. When do you think Ghost of Tsushima is going to launch? But moving on from that, we're going to take just a few moments here to talk about Bluepoint Games. And they talked recently to Segment Next about their PlayStation 5 exclusive Remake. And in an interview with their president, Marco Thrush, this is what he had to say. He said, "We, Bluepoint Games, originally remastered Shadow of the Colossus for the PS3 and then remade it for the PS4. It's the only one we've touched twice, and to date it is our greatest achievement. So it's easy to say that it's our personal favorite. However, there's no question in our minds that our current project will become the achievement we are most proud of." Thrush refrained from going into any details by noting that the studio will only start talking when Sony is ready to make an official announcement for now. Let it be known that the current undertaking for PlayStation 5 is probably the biggest challenge Bluepoint Games has faced in comparison to previous projects. However, that's not saying that the architectural design of PlayStation 5 is making development difficult. Thrush clarified that Bluepoint Games has been fortunate enough to invest in ways to make remastering or remaking games on PlayStation 5 more powerful and efficient in addition to adding flexibility. So this is what he says. "Fortunately, the Bluepoint engine and toolset has been in development for many years. We have significantly invested in ways that allow our process of remastering and remaking games to be powerful and efficient. It is flexible and able to take advantage of any hardware." So I thought that this was worth pointing out because it just honestly gets me very excited to find out what this game is going to be exactly. Most of you already know it's been rumored for some time now that it is in fact a Demon's Souls remake, which to me would be awesome. I love the Souls games, and I personally never had a chance to play Demon's Souls, so hearing everything they're putting into this, hearing them talk about it's going to be their greatest achievement and how in the past they talked about it's pretty much going to be something that they're completely redoing from the ground up. Not saying that they're going to change the game itself, but really modernize it, really make it like cutting edge. Like it's going to be difficult for people playing it to tell that this was an older game, but it's going to retain that same feel. That gets me incredibly excited. I was very impressed when I played Shadow of the Colossus on the PlayStation 4 as somebody who never played the original. I had a hard time telling it was a PlayStation 2 game originally. I mean, the only thing that really kind of gave it away was the control scheme. You could tell like some things here were definitely not, done in a modern day. But other than that, it was really difficult for me to tell. If somebody had told me that Shadow of the Colossus for PS4 was a PS4 game made from the ground up, I would believe that because that's just how impressive it was. So I am extremely excited to see what this game is. Now, could it be something other than Demon's Souls? Well, of course it could be. It's going to be a PlayStation 5 title, and there were some discussions about maybe they're doing more than one game. Maybe they're not just doing Demon's Souls. And the reason why people are saying this is because Bluepoint Games on their official Twitter account, they've been kind of giving out little hints and putting out some riddles for people to kind of figure out. And they mentioned a bunch of games in one of their posts. They mentioned like Silent Hill, Metal Gear Solid, Castlevania, Resistance, a bunch of others. So it got people like kind of going nuts, like, wow, like, are they remaking all these games? Clearly they're not, but they're hinting that they could be remaking one or two of these games. They did mention two. So me personally, if it's not Demon's Souls, the other game I would like it to be is certainly 100% Metal Gear Solid. I don't care which Metal Gear Solid it is. I would just love to see a PlayStation 5 Metal Gear Solid game remade from the ground up. That would be a dream come true. But I would be just as excited for Demon's Souls as well. But it could be something else. All I know is that it sounds like they are having a good time making this game. They're feeling very proud of it. And the one last thing I do need to point out here with this quote, specifically the second quote where he talks about their streamlined process and their tool set to be able to work more efficiently with the PlayStation 5. This maybe is him, the Marco Thrush here, kind of hinting that maybe they are remastering more than one game. Maybe because they've streamlined their process so much and they've become so efficient at it that they can take on multiple remasters or remakes at once. I think that is a possibility. However, I'm not necessarily expecting it. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. Like I said, a lot of good information in this video. Very excited about this state of play. Very excited about Resident Evil 3 Remake. Very excited about Ghost of Tsushima. And still very excited to find out what this Bluepoint Games PS5 project is. So at this point, I'm going to ask you to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Don't forget to leave me your predicted release date for Ghost of Tsushima. Let me know what else you're expecting from the state of play. Let me know your thoughts on Bluepoint Games and their PS5 remake. Leave the video a like if you did enjoy it, found it informative, or just enjoyed my commentary. Really helps it out. Lets me know you guys enjoy the content. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already. Hit the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.